Hi, I'm Nico Roche.
And I'm Simon Hooper.
And we're here to announce the official partnership between Precision Fuel and Hydration and LeBlanc. And we're going to do some tests around you today.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Hopefully I can learn a bit about my body. We're going to be talking a lot about getting hot and sweaty, bonking, and going harder for longer. I know it's not what you think.
Let's go and be the team. Come on, Nico. Hey, Andy. All right? So, we are here to talk about hydration.
Yes, indeed. The last adventure we were on, we did a joyride to Champagne in France from the UK, 485 kilometers. However, I didn't hydrate particularly well, and I had a colossal bonk. So yeah, I'm here to learn about hydration and fueling, so that when I go on these big rides coming up in this year, I can do it in the right way. So how did the business start? How did you get to where you are now?
I was an athlete 25 years ago, racing mainly triathlons, but when I stepped up to long course racing, I had huge problems with racing long distances in the heat. It was a doctor friend of mine that suggested we should test your sweat because I think you're losing a lot of salt. We looked at what I was eating and drinking in the races, and there was very clearly an imbalance from what I was losing to what I was putting back in. That was the seed that sowed the idea of what was precision hydration, and then eventually now has become precision fuel and hydration.
My strategy for fueling a ride is grabbing a load of gels, sticking them in my back pocket, and then hoping that I remember to take them every kind of 20 minutes. But there's no kind of maths behind it, really. So I guess that's one of the things I really want to learn.
The interesting thing is we can't just give you a formula because there's no one size fits all for that. It's relatively individual to you. But once you know those numbers, then you're in control.
That's the bit that I need to learn. I need to actually train myself into reminding myself to actually fuel and hydrate as we go through. I guess the next step is to get in the lab and actually do the test. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on.
Welcome to the Precision Performance Lab. At the moment you're in the safer side of the lab, let's say the cooler conditions where we do the sweat sodium testing.
This can benefit anyone, I would imagine.
Yeah, any level of athlete, whether you're top level professional or an amateur or just a complete novice that's just getting into sport. So this is just the inducer. It's a very mild electrical current. The black strap, as I said, that's the chemical disc called pyrrolocarbine. That helps you sweat, essentially.
There's so much more science to this than I ever thought there was. I mean, my strategy of just bunging a load of gels in my back pocket and just going, it seems to be rather foolhardy now. LeBlanc is all about the joy of the ride, right? So it's not uber competitive, people are just kind of going and having fun, and there's always going to be drinks at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think that's the part that I'm trying to ask questions about is how that then affects you the next day in terms of your hydration as well. So if you've had a couple of nice glasses of wine or whatever it would be, is that, those are the things that are going to help you.
And I was told yesterday by the guys at dinner before also works. You can anticipate it.
They're pretty high in sodium and electrolytes. I mean, they're the strongest electrolyte drink that we offer. It does help you replace an awful lot of what you're probably losing. So hopefully you're sort of mitigating against some of the dehydration that alcohol might cause. 36. You guys are incredibly similar.
That's interesting, because I would have assumed there would be a big difference between us, but then it just shows that this is more about genetics and not necessarily just the fitness side of things. So we've done the easy part, apparently. So what's next?
Next, we're going to get you weighed, going to see what you're starting at, and then get you in the heat and get you cycling and see how much sweat you actually lose.
Yeah, I'm interested to see this, but it's going to involve some work on my part, I think. Let's go get changed. Right, I'm ready.
What are you wearing?
A lab coat. We're going to a lab.
Put the Lycra on. Sweat test.
Oh.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the lab. My name is Dr. Lindsay Hunt. I'm a senior sports scientist here at Precision Fuel and Hydration. So today we're going to look at how much you sweat in a year, and that's heavily determined by how fit you are and also by how much muscle mass you have. So we're excited to see how you guys go.
Yeah, it's already warm in here, so how warm is it in there?
We're set at about 38 degrees and 30% humidity.
Oh my god. It's like being on a holiday, but in not a nice way.
Going to get you guys started. We're going to cycle for 45 minutes to understand your sweat rate. First 6 minutes will be easy to hard, and then from there we'll target a max heart rate of 75 to 80%.
I mean, this is a similar kind of temperature to that of the joyride in Ibiza. But I promise you the joyride in Ibiza is a lot more fun.
So we've got started in session. We're just going to start ramping things up now, and eventually it's going to start feeling less like a joyride.
I can't believe how much I'm sweating. Literally dripping off me. Oh my god.
So guys, we've stopped sweating a little bit. We're here with the results. How do you both feel after that?
I mean, with great colour, looks like we're back from the Caribbean.
Yeah, well, some of us have stopped sweating. I haven't. It's still coming out of my forehead now.
So Simon, you lost 1.65 litres per hour in there. And Nico, you're a little bit higher at 1.81 litres per hour.
Interesting.
Yeah, so that sort of sweat rate is partially determined by our body size as well as our power output most of the time. And so Simon, being able to get a little bit closer to Nico's sweat rate is partially due to your larger body size.
Yeah.
And so you average similar power outputs during that session. But Nico's a little bit smaller, but averaged a little bit higher. And so he got up there in terms of sweat loss. As you said, he was pushing 400 watts to begin with.
Thanks so much for having us here at Precision Fuel and Hydration. I've learned definitely a lot, and Nico, thanks for involving me in the process. I think the next thing is to be able to put this on the road and put it to practical use. I know that you've got a couple of things you're off to go and do, and I've got some challenges myself.
I'm looking forward to seeing you on some of the rides.
Yes.
Pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, hopefully I can put the theory into practice and don't bonk again.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Thank you.